the truth.
なめくさってかかれ
The one-man army. It has always been the epitome of epicness, regardless of whether they are the protagonist or the antagonist. If you ever to show up how strong one of your character is, this is the way to go. Today, we're gonna see the top 10 one-man army anime fights. Before that, if you love what you are seeing, consider giving a like and a subscribe for more anime contents. Without waiting, let's get started. To start off with the list, Uvijin vs Shadow Beast, from Hunter x Hunter. What better introduction to the fascinating band of Thieves and Mater, is known as the Phantom Troop, found through their most destructive member. A beast of a man who thrives on chaos, Uvijin was more than happy to take on the full force of the Mafia, including the animalistic living weapons, known as the Shadow Beast. The Shadow Beasts are sentient weapons that have characteristics of worms, leeches, rabid dogs, porcupines, and more. Uvijin manages to dominate the battle, despite being injected with neurotoxins, bitten, infected with leeches, and more. Using his Big Bang Impact and other physical and nen techniques, he easily destroys them all.
いや、噛みちぎったヒルの頭蓋骨か。なんか用か。中に何人いる？お前バカか。
Number 9, Goto vs Yakuza Gang from Parasyte. As a group of parasites piloting a former human being like he's a mecha, Goto is a deeply unsettling villain. Encountering the Yakuza, he slaughters members of the notorious gang with his bare hands. He doesn't even break a sweat in finishing the battle. I mean, it's actually not a battle at all, it's a bloodbath. One of the ways he proves it is when he decides to antagonize a group of Yakuza members in order to test his strength. He wanted to know how his new body would fare against a group of people who were equipped with firearms and blades. It turns out that he's easily able to lay waste to them, and he walks away smiling and covered in blood. Number 8, Gilgamesh wrecks Ryder's army with a sword, from Fate Zero. Ryder charges with the army he summons, while Gilgamesh didn't have an ounce of fear. His greatest sword has the ability to divide space and dismantle reality marbles. At the end of the Fourth Holy Grail War, Gilgamesh finds himself fighting solo against Ryder's army. Ryder summons countless warriors to help him out in battle, but all of his efforts fall flat when Gilgamesh pulls out the Aya sword, an item so incredible that it's literally responsible for creating the world as we know it. Unfortunately, once that heavenly weapon comes out, Ryder doesn't stand a chance.
He was like, your brother. Both their kingdoms in disarray will drag the humans into the depths and enslave every last one.
Number 7, Luffy eliminates 50,000 fishmen from One Piece. Just when you thought the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates couldn't have grown any stronger during that 2-year training period, we see him pull of something like this in order to free Fishman Island from tyrannical insurgents. Luffy gets infinitely more powerful after learning Haki, and he puts his strength on full display during his showdown on Fishman Island. In order to free the island from the clutches of Hody Jones, he's forced to do battle with 100,000 of Jones' fishmen allies. This might seem like a totally impossible task, but Luffy manages to fell 50,000 of them in one shot by using his Conqueror's Haki. He could have easily destroyed the other half, but ended up sparing them for the heck of it.
What did he even do? That hockey.
That training paid off, I see.
Number 6, Saitama vs Subterraneans, from One Punch Man. Perhaps cornering and attacking the man who one-punch everyone isn't the most brilliant idea. But subterraneans, being the foolish creature they are, decided to fight Saitama once. And of course, they learned their lesson. The subterraneans wants to destroy humanity, because their underground society is overpopulated and they want above-ground resources. Obviously Saitama isn't going to stand for that, so he beats them into submission, truly enjoying the thrill of the fight in the process. But rather than speaking about the fight, why don't we take the time to appreciate this Sakuga animation here? There are many fights here in One Punch Man, with great animation. But this excels in the animation department because of the fast-paced movement, and the unique animation style of Madhouse Studio.
俺は負けない。師匠は俺が守る。よう、リヴァイ。大きくなったか？おめえもあんまり変わってねえな。
Number 5, Levi vs. Kenny Squad, Attack on Titan. Levi is ambushed by Kenny the Ripper and the rest of his anti-personal squad. Levi is a special character that is abnormally strong, in comparison to other Survey Corps members. Levi was not only performing all these incredible superhuman stunts, but was also calculating a plan to save others all at the same time. This is seen as where his skills are really showcased. We see him fighting against fellow humans armed with guns. Only Levi can bring a knife to a gunfight and still end up winning. Regardless of how many of them he's fighting against, moral of the story, never call Levi short. Number 4, Luo Lang vs. the Bandits, from Sword of a Stranger. It seems these moments make their home at the beginning of their stories. In another one-man army moment that happens at the start of the story, Luo Lang takes on bandits that set up an ambush on the Ming Dynasty warriors. Let's just say that, like a lot of the moments we've already gone through, the fight's less of a fight, but more of massacre. In this case, what makes this moment extra special is the overall ambiance, the pumping music, sleek animation, and the panning shots that follow the action, or help feel the intensity to make this one awesome opening act to a movie. Right off the bat, Luo Lang gets established as one of the most fearsome characters in this movie in one epic scene. Sliding off to our top 3 is King Bradley vs. Army, from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. King Bradley inhibits the power of wrath, and unlike many other homunculi who got born from Philosopher's Stones, Bradley is a human who has a Philosopher's Stone infused to him. This grants Bradley enhanced strength, speed, reflexes, stamina, durability, senses, and even answering superior to a normal human being. King Bradley makes a dramatic return to Central, just as the rebels are finally about to seize control. After chiding the army for devolving into chaos during his absence, he unleashes his wrath on any rebel unlucky enough to get in his way. He doesn't just slice up his opponents with a pair of swords, he even destroys a freaking tank. This is one homunculus you do not want to mess with. On second place, Guts annihilates 100 Tudor Knights, from Berserk. It's no secret that Guts is one hardcore swordsman, with no need magic or any kinds of anime stock powers. Guts is just out there to show that he's just that strong. Of course, one of his key performance comes in the form of taking on an army by himself in Golden Age. We're not talking about a dozen or so enemies here, we are talking about 100 soldiers. In this scene, in order to buy fellow member of the Band of the Hawk Casca time to escape, Guts finds himself having to take on around 100 Tudor Knights by himself. In one of the most brutal moments of a notoriously brutal series, Guts slices his way through the whole squad. By the end, he's badly injured and totally exhausted, but unlike his opponents, he's alive. And finally, what would make the number one-man army moments on the list? None other than Madara fighting the Shinobi Alliance. The Shinobi Alliance is a joke to Madara in Naruto. This is a final villain making a statement. You'd think that simply being restored by the Edo Tensei would have robbed this legendary ninja of his renowned power. Wrong. The entire 4th Division is no match for his skills, intelligence and combat tactics of the revived legend. It's not for nothing that Madara is considered one of the greatest shinobi of all time. After Madara is resurrected, he immediately turns into a walking destruction machine, blasting members of the Shinobi Alliance with everything from fists and fireballs, to complex Mangekyo Sharingan techniques. He's also totally immune to ninjutsu and genjutsu in this state, so the only person who can hope to take him on is taijutsu master, Guy. But what happens after that? Go and watch it.
Katon, Gouka Mekkyaku!
So that's going to do it for this video. I hope that the 10 moments listed above helped you satisfy your need to sit back to watch one guy take care of business. If you enjoy watching this, thank you. Please take the time to give a like and subscribe for more anime content. With that being said, see you on the next video.